Hello everyone, welcome back to another beautiful day on Storybook Farm in Stardew Valley. We're going to check the television. Welcome to Welwick's Oracle, the only show where the voice of the spirits is channeled directly to you. The spirits are very displeased today. They will do their best to make your life difficult. They were trying to shower me with good fortune yesterday, and I still got a broken CD out of the trash can. We get a rainy day tomorrow. That is fantastic for us, because it means we won't have to water our crops. We'll have extra time in our day. I'm very pleased with that. I think we're going to plan to maybe add another couple of garden plots tomorrow. If we plant in the rain, we don't have to water them. Isn't this pretty? I love those little petal effects. Robin here. I know there's a lot of stone scattered around your farm. If you have a surplus, you might consider having me build a well for you. Wells can be placed all over your farm and serve as convenient places to refill your watering can. Just swing by my shop with 75 stones and 1,000 gold when you're ready for it. That's not something that I'm probably ever going to be doing, to be honest. By the time I would be willing to consider spending money on a well, I already have sprinklers for all of my crop watering needs, so it would really just be for aesthetic purposes. I might build one just because I think it looks pretty, but I find that I didn't leave my sword in the chest in the mine. Oh, foolish, 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 forgetful tail spinner. Now I'm going to have to go around sorting people in the face all over again. Why didn't you guys remind me? So we'll just get our crops watered. I was not really planning to do more mining today, just because I think too many mining videos in a row might be a little boring. But I would like to go drop off that sword and not... Really, I ran out of water on the very last crop. The spirits are doing their best to shower me with misfortune. I think we're going to take our fishing rod out today, actually. And even though I am pretty full up on the inventory, our first stop is going to be Gunter's museum. I'm going to take the scythe so that we have it available after we leave our sword in the chest. I think we'll go up to the mountains, do a little bit of fishing in the mountain lake. It's time to level up our fishing again, I feel. We're going to stop by and say hello to a few villagers on the way. And if we see any more forage and we can't pick it up because our inventory is full, well, it'll still be there tomorrow. And maybe after we fish a bit, today might be a good day to clean up our farm a little bit more. We've been neglecting it, I feel. And I would like to make a little bit more progress, not just in planting crops, but also in starting to make our farm look pretty. Because, let's be honest, part of the appeal of this game is making your farm pretty. One thing I do think that Concerned Ape could do to even add to that aspect, and I hope it's something the developers might consider with the update that's coming up, although it's probably fairly close to completion. It's not something they've hinted in any of their updates, would be more options for decorating the outside of your farmhouse. I'm always jealous when I walk past Leah's cabin in the winter and she's got giant candy canes on the outside of her house, making it look like a gingerbread cottage. I would really like to have some things I can buy from Robin or craft myself that I can use to decorate the outside of my farmhouse for the season. I think that would be really fun. There's probably a mod for that. If you know a good one, mention it in the comments and I might consider trying it. All right. we're going to put everything dwarf related over here, I believe. We'll start by putting our minerals up in this section. You can rearrange the museum collection later, and I will definitely do that. I like to make it look as if the items were placed with some consideration for what goes with what. But we, at the moment, don't have very many things. We did get a reward, which we are going to collect. The first reward you get from Gunter after the initial, you donated one item and you get some gold for it, is 9 cauliflower seeds. So it's really worth your while to make sure that you donate enough items early on in the game that you can plant those before the end of your first spring, because cauliflower seeds are expensive. This is a huge boost to your first spring income if you can find enough artifacts and minerals before the point in spring where you don't have time for the crop to mature. It takes 12 days. It's really important to remember when you're planning your farm that the day you plant the seed is not included in the 12 days when you're counting forward. Let's go ahead and read our new library books. The Fishermen Act1. Tex. Gordy, how do you catch so many fish? For me, it takes forever. Gordy. You must make the choice to become a true fisherman, and over time, your fishing speed will increase. Tex. So, you're saying that improving my fishing skill will make me fish faster? Gordy. Correct. One day, you may even learn the secret to creating your very own bobbers, improving your mastery even more. Now be gone! I think that maybe they cast the wizard in the part of Gordy. I'm just getting that feeling. Wait, we already read that one. I'm trying to click on the other book that I see here. Yeah, there's a book missing. There we go. Sorry that took me so long. On foraging. The local woods and mountains are great places to find wild produce. A good forager will clear out any weeds, stumps, or stones from these areas, so the wild produce has plenty of space to grow. Expert foragers know the secret to cultivating wild food so that it can be grown on the farm. Isn't that amazing? So this is very good advice if you want to be able to maximize your foraging. We haven't really done much with that yet because our focus has been in so many other different places, as is always the case early in the game. We're really only on our 9th day in Stardew Valley, and I feel like we've accomplished quite a bit. But one of the things that we haven't done yet is to clear out any of the weeds or other items from around the map, not on our farm. Oh, really, Clint? Didn't I just do this? Apparently, hope springs eternal in the blacksmith's heart, despite the fact that the first 20 copper ores we brought him did not have any rare gems hidden inside. Clint would like some more. He will pay 200 gold and we can keep the ore after Clint inspects them. We are going to accept that quest. I don't know whether we'll actually do it or not. I'm not really willing to use the exploit of taking the ores out of my chest and then talking to Clint. I feel like that is not appropriate for the sort of immersive role play that I'm going for here. So either we'll go mining again tomorrow and get lucky with finding copper, or we just won't get the quest in this case. Have you met my mother? She's the town carpenter. Have you forgotten that you already asked me that just a few days ago, Morrow? NPCs, limited conversational abilities. Hi, Harvey. Feel free to stop by my office if you're ever feeling ill. Do you have anything for love sickness, Harvey? Okay, that was over the top. My character wouldn't really do that. You're young, though. You'll probably stay healthy without trying. He thinks I'm healthy. I think that's a good thing. feel like I've got a little out of character there. I don't think that my character is really one to do that kind of over-the-top ostentatious flirting. Exercise is important for staying healthy. I always make sure to set aside some time for it. That's a great idea, Jody. As a parent, I don't have much time to devote to myself, so I try and make every minute count. I guess your kids aren't like the typical Stardew Valley children. Pat them on the head in the morning and then they just run around the house all day and never need feeding or bathing or disciplining. I work part-time at Gus's saloon. It pays the bills. I think you enjoy it, Emily. I think you enjoy getting to get out there and talk to people and get to know what's going on with all of the villagers who hang out in the saloon in the evening. Ugh, I'm not in a good mood right now. Oh, I'm sorry, Abigail. Is something wrong? I said I'm not in a good mood. What do you want? Well, she shut me down pretty hard. Sometimes I get new items in stock, so make sure to stop by every so often. I will do that, Pierre. It's a lot of work to run a shop. I appreciate your making such a wide selection of seeds available. And as a matter of fact, because we know it is raining tomorrow, we are going to plant a few more things. We're going to plant our 9 cauliflower seeds that we got from Gunter. I'm also going to plant a crop of kale. I like to diversify a little bit, get something of everything in the ground. Let's see, what else? We haven't grown any of the blue jazz yet. And like I said, I like to diversify, so let's get a few of those. So that would give us 3 more crop plots. And let's get 9 more potatoes as well. I think we may need to craft another scarecrow once we get all of these ready. Look at everybody heading to the big gathering room. They're not here to worship at the altar of Yoba. Hey, if you need any materials or blueprints, my shop is the place you're looking for. Plus, your business supports the local economy. Thanks, Robin. I am all about supporting the local economy. Besides, Amazon Prime does not deliver to Stardew Valley. And I just talked to Caroline here quickly. I've seen wild horseradish in the forest. So have I. Foraging can be a fun way to earn some cash, or you can use what you find as gifts or food. I think that grated horseradish is quite a tasty addition to some meals, but unfortunately it's not usable in any of the cooking recipes in town here. So Tuesday mornings are a great time to talk to a whole bunch of villagers at once because a lot of the ladies in town meet on Tuesdays at the general store common room. My nephew Shane has been staying at my place the last few months. He helps me out with the chickens, so I'm not complaining. I'm sure you've been a very welcoming place for him to live, Marnie. I said they're not here to worship at the altar of Yoba. What they're actually here for is aerobics class. We're not going to stick around and watch them start doing their exercises together because I have other things I want to get done today. But just be aware that you can talk to a villager while they are in the middle of something, aerobics class or Demetrius and Robin dancing at the saloon on Friday nights, but you don't get as much friendship from interrupting them in the middle of an activity as if they were just walking around the map. At the start of each season, you'll have to remove the previous season's dead crops. It's easiest with a scythe. Lewis, thank you for that piece of game mechanic information for the novice farmer. It's very useful and I appreciate it. You don't have anything else to say. We have a daffodil in our inventory that needs to be given to somebody. And I am second guessing myself. No, Vincent's birthday is tomorrow. For a moment, I was a little bit worried that I had lost track of days and that it was actually today. And I just wanted to make sure. I am really terrible at remembering NPCs' birthdays in this game. While we're here, putting this daffodil in the chest, let's just take a moment to look at the description for the trash items that we fished up. Broken glass is pretty obvious. Looks like someone lost their glasses. They're busted. This one is the amusing one, though. It's a JojaNet 2.0 trial CD. They must have made a billion of these things. It's hard to imagine how there could possibly be as many pairs of lost and broken glasses in one small community as you can find in Stardew Valley. I am asking for trouble right now because I am about to go down and look for green onions while I'm in this part of the map, and I'm probably going to find more forage than I have room for in my inventory. Hello, neighbor. Hi, Leah. We both live outside of town. Does that mean something? It might mean we have some common interests. Were you flirting with me? That was a little flirty. Yeah, here we go. As soon as we get any quality spring onions, we're not going to be able to pick them up. But at least we can get all the plain ones. We can take a page out of Avak's book and leave the high quality spring onion as an offering to the spirits of the forest. My completionist tendencies and the fact that in real life I actually do very much enjoy harvesting wild food means that as a rule in my own gameplay, I do not leave forage items on the map. If I see them, I pick them up. So it is a little bit hard for me to leave that there. Doing it as part of the role play, the gameplay mechanic is not something that comes naturally to me. I just realized that when I was buying seeds from Pierre, I completely forgot about those 3 empty spaces. I am slightly miffed with myself and my forgetfulness, but I think what we're going to do is after we've made the new areas for crops, once we've got everything all hoed and watered, we'll just go around and we'll hoe down the weeds, or scythe down the weeds rather, until we get 3 mixed seeds and put those in place. I just need to get this tree sapling out of the way. And then I think we'll have room for another 4. And I want you, I don't want you. Sword can go in there for the moment. And I'm just going to move the scythe to my first inventory slot, just to make things a little bit easier. All right. It's not possible to hoe the spot that you are standing on. Makes sense. Again, not Minecraft. You can't dig up the ground under your own feet. So having the hit tool location in place does make it a lot easier not to mess up when you are working on setting up your farm. It's a little bit annoying, especially in the very early game, if you hoe the wrong patch of ground and you've wasted energy, particularly if you're enough of a perfectionist about the aesthetics that you feel the need to go back and pickaxe the spot in order to make your farm look right. I'll just show you how that works quick here. If you use a pickaxe on ground that has been hoed, it goes back to normal. Be really careful with that pickaxe in your garden though, because if you use a pickaxe on a crop, it will destroy the crop. This can be a good thing if you are looking to replace a crop that you have misplanted because you accidentally put the seed in a place you didn't intend to and you want your garden to look pretty. I'm a big one on making my garden look pretty. But if you do it by accident, it can be really, really heartbreaking. You will not accidentally damage any crops with your sword or with your scythe. So having the scythe equipped is safe. You will harvest crops if they are crops that need a scythe to harvest. And the scythe is also useful for getting rid of anything that is left over from the previous season at the beginning of the next season. All right. I feel the need for a second scarecrow. I don't have the range of a scarecrow just off the top of my head. I don't remember exactly what it is, but I am concerned that this scarecrow may not have quite enough range to protect our newly planted seeds over there. I'm not willing to take the chance, and also I like the aesthetics of having a balanced look to the scarecrow placement. So I'm just going to get enough wood so that we can craft another one. And then I think we'll have a little bit of time after we eat some food. Since our energy is getting quite low, I think we'll have a little bit of time for getting weeds cut down. And if we're lucky, we may get enough mixed seeds to fill in those empty spaces. If not, it's not the end of the world. We'll just plant them tomorrow, carry on. Oh, keeping a close eye on the energy bar at the moment. Because while Harvey may sell over-the-counter medications to treat exhaustion, I can't afford them. I just spent all my money on seeds. Put away the sap, grab our fiber and our coal, and make another scarecrow. Put you in place so that, perfect. Yeah, that's looking good except for those empty spots. See if we can't find just a few more mixed seeds before we have to go to bed for the night. There's one. It's a start. We'll plant whatever we get, even if we don't get enough to really fill in all the spaces that we need to. Oh, the weeds do not want to drop seeds for me today. I've only gotten the one. And I'm having to pay a lot of attention to where I'm going, just because as it gets dark, it can be harder to see, especially when you're looking behind the overlay of the trees. So I'm not going to keep this up for very much longer. I don't want to stay up until midnight every game day. That just seems unnecessarily hard on my character. I know that lots of people do routinely stay up that late. That's fine. But staying up that late when you get up at 6 a.m. on the dot every single day and then work yourself to the bone from sun up till sundown, that just seems excessive. All right, I give up. We will put this in that one spot and head to bed. It's been a fairly productive day, I feel, and pleased with our farm expansion. Where's Arhu? I don't remember whether I pet my kitty this morning and whether I watered his bowl. I did water his bowl. I probably pet him at the same time. It's usually part of my routine. All right, back in we go. Arhu, you have magic powers. You weren't here a moment ago, and now you are. Can you make yourself invisible? Can you teleport? Are you really a cat wizard, Arhu? This is exciting. Oh, I'm so pleased to see this level up. We've reached level 3 foraging from our foraging around the map and our chopping of trees. We have increased our axe proficiency, but more importantly, we can now make tappers. Being able to make tappers early is such an important aspect of quick progress in this game, and it's really nice that this is happening at the same time that we are working through the copper levels in the mine, because we will need copper bars as one of the ingredients in the tapper recipe. Game is being saved. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please leave me a like or a comment to let me know, and subscribe for more. Have a wonderful day.